think me and Curly should say we would like to welcome Ricky as our brand new, what is he, Curly?
He is our CEO.
Hey!
Yay! Welcome, Ricky. We're delighted to have you on board.
Welcome to the Unlocked podcast with me, Ricky Lock, the podcast to help you unlock the best version of yourself and live an extraordinary life. Now, you may have heard from that intro about a very cool announcement. And it is true, I can confirm I am the CEO of the Confident Club. Woohoo! Now, this was an announcement made recently this year, and I wanted to do a little short episode to share with you a little bit about what it is that we do at the Confident Club and why it may be of something of interest to you too. So a few weeks ago, I managed to grab two of my favourite people in the world to sit down and share this wonderful news with you. Here you go. Hello and welcome to a very special episode. Today I am joined with two wonderful, amazing and probably two of my favourite people in the world, Steve McDermott and Curly Uppington. Hello.
Hello, hi Ricky.
Good grief, what an introduction.
Yes, and Steve, this is the second time returning on the Unlock podcast. How are you?
I'm good. What's not to like being back here?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, there's a reason I wanted to get you on here because we've recently made an announcement, which we'll explain in a little bit. But I'd love to talk about this thing called the Confident Club. Steve, Curly, what is the Confident Club?
Oh, it's the $1 million question. The Confident Club is a group of people that have all been through our workshop, which is called the Presentation Mastery Workshop. The reason it's called the Confident Club is because it's a group of people, number one. But secondly, our product is not really presentation skills. Our product is confidence, developing the ability to have the self-confidence, the self-belief to be able to present. So we come at it from a slightly different angle.
Oh, because this is the Unlock podcast, it's also unlocking the secrets of professional speakers. So those people who listen to my episode will know that I've been a professional motivational speaker for, well, it's probably longer now, 27, 28 years. So it's kind of like, it's answering the question, not only how do these people appear to be incredibly confident on the big stage, but how do they get away with not having any slides and no notes and things like that? And so we share those things as well.
Yes, it's because we're both from Yorkshire. I don't know if you can tell from our lovely accents. It's really practical stuff that you can use straight away.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a big fan of this because I've actually experienced it myself almost a year ago now. And I described it as a unique and life-changing experience because it is more than just, as we said, presentation mastery. It's far much more, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, again, for your listeners on the podcast, it really ties into everything to do with personal development because people go on a journey, and I'm glad you used and because you know actually not only been on the workshop, but you're one of the coaches on the workshops. You know what you're talking about, really. You'll know that people go through an experience and it's profound for some people. And a lot of people actually do say, which for us is very humbling, that not only is it great, it's life-changing. So that's got to be somewhat more than just a bit of presentation skills training that's going on in the room.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. For me, it was the whole idea about, I mean, I'm a big fan of NLP anyway, which we won't talk into too much, but there's a bit of a secret there for anyone that kind of experiences the Presentation Mastery Workshop. But one of the biggest things that I walked away from was just walking away going, wow, I thought I was probably, okay being confident, because I'm a magician, I'm a speaker, I'm a performer. But I learned so much more than that that's now enabled me in life to become more confident. And I've seen such a shift with everything that I do and in my business as well. And it has unlocked my potential. So I'm guessing one of the things that I wanted to share about this, obviously, we have an announced as well, which we've not
shared too much.
So Steve, Curly, what's the announcement?
I think we should swap roles here, Ricky, because you did that brilliant, wonderful introduction for us. So I think me and Curly should say we would like to welcome Ricky as our brand new, what is he, Curly?
He is our CEO.
Hey.
Yay, You're welcome, Ricky. We're delighted to have you on board.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really excited about this because, as people will know, the way that this is kind of formed and how we kind of got to know each other was through this podcast. So it's been an absolutely beautiful and incredible journey, and I can't wait to see what unfolds into the future with the Confident Club and the Presentation Mastery Workshop, and who knows what more might come. But I'm guessing that what I'd like to say, I guess, before we kind of wrap this up, because it's just a little teaser, because people are going to find out more stuff with some content coming up soon, and also the existing content that we see of Confident Coppers, which I believe there's 98 episodes now.
Yes, all on YouTube.
And growing.
And growing as well. So got some great content to share with everyone soon. But I'm guessing for people who are listening to this right now, who might be thinking, do you know what? This sounds like something that's really exciting to me. Or maybe the Presentation Mastery Workshop is something that could benefit my team, or maybe my director needs to experience a bit of this, or even my CEO of my company doesn't, they need a bit of this. Let's say to people, what can they do to find out more about either the Presentation Mastery Workshop or even the Confident Club?
Well, seeing as you're our new CEO, they could get in touch with you, couldn't they? Right?
Yeah, yes, that's true.
Or they could get in touch with Curly. You can put the details on, or you can go to like the old traditional website, confidentclub.com. But because we're from Yorkshire, we just like to have a conversation. All our work has come from referral, really. People who've gone, I love that. I want to tell other people about it. So there's no selling involved. We've got more work than we can cope with. We only, as you know, I will summarise that, and Curly would support this. One of the core values, which is why we selected you, or one of the little ticks in the box of you being our CEO, is we only work with and for people we really like.
Yes.
And we know we can have a lot of fun with.
Right. So the interesting thing for me is that for a lot of people, not everybody, a lot of people, it's the number one fear, speaking in front of a group. And it's remarkable the amount of people who come day one terrified, but we create, as you know, a really safe environment. It's not comfortable, but it's safe and supportive. And by the end of it, they go, I don't want to do another day. I've never had as much fun, but I turned up terrified. There's people like that. Or there's maybe senior people, actually, and it's not about for them being nervous or unsure. It's about, I just want to improve that. I want to get that incremental gain. I want to get that professional edge. So we get that really nice mixture in the room, and it's beautiful because what happens is everybody coaches each other. We're not just, as you know, Ricky and Curly, we're not just the only coaches in the room. So, yeah, find out more, but just have a conversation with any of us, you, me, Curly, and find out more about what you need to know. And if you are that person who's terrified, then it's definitely for you.
Yeah, 100%. We've had it, haven't we, where people have been absolutely terrified on day one. They really want to be there. And by day two, they're like, oh my God, I've just delivered a presentation with no notes, no PowerPoint. Oh my God, what's happening? And also we've had people say that I feel so confident now around my kids and my family. So it's beneficial to not just the workplace as well. So I think let's keep it there, because we don't want to reveal too much, because people will find out if they come along one day. So yeah,
they will.
But yes, so Steve and Curly, thank you for sharing this awesome little announcement as well. And so for everybody listening, don't forget you can head over to confidentclub.com to find out more. But Steve, Curly, thank you for coming on and sharing that little announcement. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
So there we go. Some very exciting news about what's to come in the future, and also how you, the listener, will hear more about the Confident Club going forward, and how it ties into the values of this podcast into unlocking the best version of yourself. Now, before I finish, as much as me, Curly and Steve love talking about the Confident Club and what it is that we do with the Presentation Mastery Workshop, here is a little recording from someone who recently attended the workshop this year. Oh, and if you are a big Hollywood or movie fan, you may even recognise this voice.
We're coming towards the end of yet another Presentation Mastery Workshop, and with one of the delegates. You'd like to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Sébastien Foucan. You might have seen me in the opening sequence of James Bond, Casino Royale.
Brilliant, yeah, right. So some people might think you won't be lacking in confidence, but you're still on this workshop. What would you say to somebody else as to why they should maybe come here and join us?
First of all, they should come because they love it, okay? That's the first, most important thing. But if they want to do speaking or anything, or if they want to present themselves in front of people, they must come, because it's very important to practice. You're going to learn so many tools tools. You're going to learn so many, there is so many things very important because it's a craft. You need to learn the craft.
Yeah.
But it's not only just to learn it once. You need to come again and again, because I've come to see you a long time ago.
Yeah.
And now I say, that was a mistake to not keep on coming.
Come back, right.
And I came back and I can see I learned so much. You refresh me some stuff, but also I learn new stuff.
Brilliant.
So definitely they need to come.
So there you go, a little teaser from the man himself, Sebastian Foucon. A wonderful, wonderful guy, and had an absolute pleasure to meet him and coach him earlier on this year at one of our presentation mastery workshops. But rather than me, Steve, Curly and Sebastian go on about the Confident Club, you can find out more at www.confidentclub.com. But for now, thank you for listening to this episode. I'll be sharing more about the Confident Club journey in a few more episodes coming soon. But for now, thank you for listening, and thank you to the patrons Steve McDermott, Sherry Brenton, Anthony Howe, Chris Lovett and Rory Barnes for your continued support. If you love this episode, head over to Apple Podcasts or Podchaser and leave us a review. But for now, good luck unlocking the best version of yourself, and I'll join you next week for another episode of Unlocked. Goodbye.